Welcome back, Internet. It is me, Rhino. For this video, I'm wanting to talk about different types of trikes. The three-wheeled market is already a niche thing within motorcycles, but it has been growing by leaps and bounds the past couple of years. So much so that there are actually several distinct styles of motor trikes out there. Before we dive into the list, I'm going to ask you to do me a solid and hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me get my videos out there while keeping you in the know when a new video comes out. Enough self-promotion, let's get into the list. Starting off with the traditional trike. This is the OG of the three-wheeled world. This ride has one wheel in the front like a motorbike, but has two wheels in the back. They typically have a cruiser aesthetic, but I have seen several Busas with this style of trike kit, and you also have the very popular gold wing trikes, which I call platinum wings. There are not a lot of factory-built three-wheelers in this configuration. There are only really two that I'm aware of, Boss Hoss and Harley Davidson. There are, however, a ton of companies that make conversion kits. The most common kit I see is the Frankenstein trike kit. Traditional trikes are good for doing two things: looking cool as all get out and crushing long highway miles. I would recommend this type of trike to people who are enjoy classic looks and plan on doing a lot of miles on big highways. I love the classic look of this type of motorcycle. There's just something about them that gives this large and in-charge vibe, and I want a freewheeler so bad to take to shows. But let's keep the list going. Next, we have my personal favorite, the reverse trike. Like the name suggests, a reverse trike has two wheels in the front and one in the back. It is the exact opposite of a traditional trike. The two wheels in the front does allow this three-wheeler to handle very well in corners while also being a solid highway cruiser. Currently, there is only one company that I am aware of that is making factory reverse trikes, and that is Can-Am. They have several different models ranging between different budgets. I really like all of them. There is a company named Endeavor that makes a reverse trike conversion kit for your existing bike, but I have not seen one of these out in the wild. From what I've seen on the internet though, they look really cool. Reverse trikes have a very unique, futuristic style to them. You don't really see other vehicles on the road that look quite like this. And if the traditional trike is the cruiser of our world, then the reverse trike would probably be the sport bike. I don't mean to sound biased, but this is my favorite style of three-wheeler. I think it is a very good all-round motorcycle, and I recommend it to anyone that wants to get into motor trikes. Before I take up the rest of this video talking about how much I love these trikes and wish more manufacturers would adopt them, let's just move on to the rarest of the niche in this list. Next we have the leaning trike. I'll be completely honest with you guys, this is probably the least popular style here in the US, and I have never actually seen one on the road. But I know they exist, because YouTube has a ton of videos on them. So what are they? Well, a leaning trike looks like a narrow version of a reverse trike, and as the name kind of implies, this three-wheeler leans when cornering. As far as styling goes, most of these trikes are actually scooters, but there is one company that makes a factory leaning trike, and that is Yamaha with their Niken. It is a very cool, cutting-edge, adventure touring motorcycle that I would love to ride, but they are impossible to find. Now, if you guys will bear with me for just a moment, I have a small tangent I need to get out of me. Harley Davidson actually has a working leaning trike concept that looks amazing. It looks like a boss, and it is called the Penster. But they cut the project before it hit production, and for the life of me, I cannot figure out why. This thing is so one of a kind. I just have to ask Harley, why didn't you put this into production? It's amazing. It looks so freaking cool. Just give us the pretty trike and let chaos ensue. Okay, I'm done. Tangent over with. Time to get back on topic. If you are looking for a conversion kit to create a leaning trike, there is one company that exists to do that. That is Tilting Motorworks, and their trikes look really cool, but I have not seen one yet, which makes it kind of hard to judge. But when it comes to who I recommend this to, I would have to say if leaning is the definitive characteristic of motorcycling to you, then this is your trike. That's really all I got to say about it. Let's continue with the last and probably the most controversial three-wheeled motorcycle on this list. Last, but certainly not least, we have the AUTOCYCLE. I already hear the diehards way in the back there yelling at me for this one, but hey, hear me out. AUTOCYCLes in the US are legally classified as motorcycles. This is due to them not having proper roofs, a lack of standard safety feature that you find in cars, and the deletion of that pesky fourth wheel. Because they only have 3 wheels, they are most definitely lumped in with our motor trike crowd. And you know what? I'm perfectly fine with that. These things are super cool, and I honestly really like them. I like them more the more I learn about them. As far as styling characteristics, an AUTOCYCLE is very similar to a reverse trike, except it has a steering wheel as opposed to handlebars, and you sit in it rather than on it. Typically, they look like a really aggressive hot rod, and that's one of the things I love about them. And believe it or not, this is the one branch of Trikes that actually has several manufacturers building factory production models. There are 3 main ones: Polaris, Vanderhall, and Campanga Motors. I really hope I pronounced that right. Sorry if I didn't. As far as I know, there are no companies that are producing kits to make AUTOCYCLes. I personally think the AUTOCYCLE is really cool. I want to get my hands on a slingshot because I think they look so awesome, but I understand even in our niche group, they are a little fringe for some people. So I recommend this style of trike for car enthusiasts or those looking for a very unique experience. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is time. This concludes the video. If you have made it this far, as always, thank you so very much. It really does mean a lot to me, and I can't thank you enough for taking time out of your day to watch my content. Please do me a huge favor and like, subscribe, share, and leave me a comment below. Tell me what your favorite type of trike is. If you would like to keep up with me, I am on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at RhinoLife13. Those links are tied to my link tree in the description below. Alright, that's it. Y'all be safe, have fun, and go chase that horizon.